Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Stringman Guitars. You've seen this bass in several videos, and this is the first time I've had it with it being cold and dry out. And I guess for its life, it's spent in the music store that I bought it from, and they have a humidifier in their heating system and in their air conditioning system. So even though one of the videos I did go ahead and clean up some fret ends, but I'm starting to get a bit more fret sprout now that it's starting to live in this lower humidity time of the year. So I'm going to take the neck off, and we're going to go ahead and I am not going to put new strings on it. What we're going to do is I'm going to use this surgical tubing. I'm going to let off the tension of the strings, and I'm going to wrap it around the neck to keep the strings from falling off the tuners. So that way I could take the neck and put the body up here, work on the neck without the strings in the way, and get it back to where I want it to be. We're also going to, we got a Fender thumb rest, which we're going to install too. Being it's for a Fender, and Leo left Fender to create his own much better and improved jazz bass, the JB2. It should line up with the template there and everything, so we're going to do that too. So let me get at this. Okay, so you see all the strings are flippy floppy. And we got them tied down with the surgical tube. Go ahead and take the neck off. Won't bore you with that, so bear with me. So they put some real nice heavy screws in this hunk of alder here. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the base over, making sure everything stays put. Hand out of there. And we're just going to go ahead and lift the neck out. Boy, that's a tight neck pocket. I could have swore there was going to be shims in there, but no shim. No shim, no shim. Flip the body out of the way. I don't want it to get all gunked up and gonked up. And all the tools that are over there. So I'm going to lift it out of the way. Just lean it against there, so that way it won't want to move. And then we take this tool here from StewMac. It's a angled file. And what you do is you run it across. Actually, I'm gonna try to get this thing kind of an overview so you can see what's going on here. So once we do this with this thing, then we bring out my favorite file, because there'll be now even sharper edges because we're going to take the ends off the frets. And I'm just going to do it until I see wood. Keep your minds out of the gutter. So now the very top of the, let's see if I can get this up here, the very top of the fret, that little area is going to be sharp. So as you can see, took a little edge of that wood off too, and that will make it more comfortable whenever you're playing the bass. So we come down here with this file, which is rounded in a U shape here at the bottom, just slight, and then it's got your file on both sides, and then this leading edge is smooth as well, so you can go along and you just clean off the fret, the sharp part, just round it off like you're making a bunch of happy little trees. Who was that guy that used to do the Bob Rossi? Just clean that off. Just use your finger as a guide. Oh yeah, that feels more like a guitar should feel. What happens is the humidity dries up and the wood shrinks. So you take those nasty ends off with the file. So you don't feel them. Feel that sort of cheese grater effect on your fingers when you're playing. I don't play way up here, but if I'm resting my hands, it's not comfortable. As you can see, I'm making my way down here. I'm just doing it nice and easy, not a lot of pressure. Now that's all, well, that one there I must have missed. So there you go. Now they're like baby's bum. So you just keep on going here until you feel like that you've got all of the rough stuff off of it, and that is just great. Alright, we got both sides baby butt smooth. I don't feel any unpleasantness at all. Oh no, just spoke too soon. Like I was saying earlier, there, everything's cool now. Alright, so we're going to take our fret erasers. It's time for some new fret erasers. If my kids happen to be watching this video, get the old man some fret erasers. I'm pushing in the middle, trying to keep it level. Yeah. Okay, so we go from there to the 800. And so on. We're up to the 2000. Yeah, it's 2000. You can see it. 2000 grit. Make it all pretty again. Ta-da! Put my paintbrush out here. Get all the eraser and metal and crap off of there. That's nice. Slop some guitar grease in there. Get out a brand new micro brush. Get these at the Hobby Lobby. Dig a little of that goop up there. Put it in the slot. There's still quite a bit from before, but you know, why not just put it back? It's all about tuning stability, right, boys and girls? Right. I buy t-shirts in bulk so that whenever you clean the goop off of a guitar, or if you need to use some sort of solvent, everything's hunky-dory and peachy keen with a brand new El Cheapo lint-free t-shirt. Okay, one thing I wanted to mention, even on the tribute series from Indonesia, the G&L, the body is threaded and it matches the neck. And keeping the screws in the same order. Hear that little clunk there? As soon as you hear that clunk, it falls into the thread. And it'll follow it all the way down to the body, or to the neck, I'm sorry. And keep the thread going. And that way you don't strip your threads. Okay, so here, listen. Hear that thunk? That tells us we're in the thread. And we just go on down. And it goes right down into the neck. Everything lines up. Notice I'm not using a power screwdriver, and I'm also not taking them really snug. There's a reason for that. Okay, one more time with the thunk. There. Okay. One of the tricks to getting great sustain is letting the string tension pull the neck pocket, or the neck into the pocket. Just backing them off just a little skosh. Alright. Got the rubber tube off of it. I'm just going to make sure that whenever I tighten these back up to somewhat of pitch, making sure that the string stays stacked. Tuner time. Yeah, I love this bass. There's nothing that I would change as far as electronics. It's nice and simple. The bridge is awesome. Yeah, these strings, if you go back to the video, they're only a couple months old. Bass strings, change them once a year maybe. I play at church on Sundays, so. Okay, it's under tension. Now we can flip her back over. Let's unplug the tuner. Flip her back over and tighten up the neck joint screws. Remember, they're wood screws. We don't want to strip anything out. We're just making them tight. By me tuning it to pitch, with them being slightly loose, that allowed the neck pocket to move and seat where it was where it wanted to seat. Love this bass. Alright, boys and girls, well, we've come to the end of this setup here. In the earlier part of the video, I said, you know, when I took the neck off and put the neck back on, everything would be still hunky-dory. Well, noting that everything shrunk, and that's why I had this fret sprout, why wouldn't everything else change? It turned out that the neck was real bananaed. It was like probably, I don't know, 16 thousandths at the 7th fret. So we turned that truss rod about a half a turn. We're at 6/64 all the way across here. We adjusted the pickup height, readjusted intonation, and put this on. I'm so excited to play this. So everything's cool now, no rattles, no shakes, no squeaks. Went on and tightened down, you know, snugged down all the little screws, like the bridge anchor screws, the mounting screws on the back of the tuning machines. The last thing I have to do, and this is the thing I love about this guitar, once everything is in place, you come over here, I'm sorry, get it in the video, and here there's a little set screw. You just tighten it back down. It pushes against everything so that this stuff ain't gonna move now. So yeah, G&L does it right. This is the same bridge that comes on their American bridges, and from what I understand, a lot of the same pickups. So you know, at some point I may update your the pots. I don't see why I should. They're not noisy. They're smooth. The frets are still in great shape. They're nice and polished now. So yeah, man. So everybody, be good to yourself and have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And just let joy pour out. Love you guys. Have a great night.